Hello, my little mathematicians. Today I'm going to help you get started on your E-11 trying to solve proportions. Okay, so first off, whenever there's no workspace provided, remember we always show it on a separate sheet of paper. So go ahead and label that this is E11. Okay, and I'll just get you started on the first one, A. So it's 7.5 over 12 equals 4.2 over x. And they said round it to the 10th, so I'm just going to put a reminder to myself that, hey, they want it to the 10ths. If you could do the shortcut, like let's say it was an easier problem, like this, and you're like, oh, going towards your unknown, okay? 4 times what is 12? 3. So then 3 times 3 is what? 9. Great. Okay, that would be the missing number. But if it's not that simple, like this hard one, what you could always do is your cross products. So this times this, 12 times 4.2, is going to be equal to whatever 7.5 times x is. So go ahead and type into your calculator what 12 times 4.2 is. And if it's a non-calculator section, then multiply it out. Okay. And then how do you get x by itself? Well, it's 7.5 times x, so the inverse of multiplying is to divide, right? So I'm going to divide those because anything divided by itself is 1. 7.5 divided by 7.5 is 1. So now you have 1x. I can do that as long as I do the same thing to the other side. So now you have 50.4 divided by 7.5, and you get 6.72. For our test, I would say just type that in. It's only if it keeps going and going that I would round it, but these directions said round to the 10th. Well, the tenths is the first number after the decimal. Remember, tens, hundreds, thousands. So that 2 tells a 7 to stay or go up. There's no such thing as go down. Yeah, it was supposed to stay, okay? If the number behind the one you're rounding, if this is 4 below, that would stay a 7. If this number right here is 5 or above, it bumps that one up 1. Okay, so then what you do is I'm going to find 6.7 here. And in the A box, because that was problem A, I'm going to write the. Okay, the next one I'll help you with is this first one right here, G, that says Tom's red bicycle travels 50 feet for every 3 pedal turns. How many pedal turns are needed to travel a mile, which is 5,280 feet? Okay, so first off, what's helpful for a word problem is to put like, what are you talking about in front? So it says feet for every like pedal turns, right? Okay, so 50 feet for every 3 turns. And then they want to know how many pedal turns for a mile or 5,280 feet. Where do I put that 5,280? Yeah, on top, because that's where the feet are. And then we don't know how many pedal turns go with that many feet. If you could do the shortcut, great. If not, you can always fall back on the cross products. So 50 times x equals 3 times 5,280. When you type that into your calculator, you do 3 times 5,280, and you get 15840, okay, equals 50x. Now you want to get x by itself, so how do you do that? Well, they're being multiplied. What's the inverse of multiplying? Yeah, divide. So now you have 50 divided by 50, which is 1, so 1x. I can do that as long as I do the same thing to the other side. So take that number and divide it by 50, and you get 316.8. Now for this section, it says rounded to the nearest whole number. So does that 8 tell this 6 to stay or go up? It tells it to go up. So the nearest whole number would be 317, and we were solving for the number of pedal turns in order to go 1 mile, okay? So now on my paper, I'm going to find 317, which is right here. I just saw it, okay? And that was problem G. So for G, I'm going to write the word into, okay? And that's how you go through and do this pizzazz worksheet. You got this. Keep going.